Rib raising. In order to perform rib raising, what we need to do is to contact the rib angles. So the rib angles here stick out a little bit more and they're slightly medial to the scapula. If we need to, we could reach underneath the patient until we feel the spinous process come out a little bit more lateral, and you'll feel the transverse process, and then you'll feel a divot where your finger pads could rest. Here is where you're going to place your finger pads and then apply an anterior pressure to engage the ribs, and then a lateral distraction to help disengage the ribs from the thoracic spine. Supine rib raising. With supine rib raising, we're going to get our finger pads on the rib angles and apply a superior pressure. We're going to fulcrum against the table so that our forearms are against the table to apply that lift. Once we hold the lift, we could then lean back and apply a lateral traction on the rib cage. So we're going to place our fingers on the rib angles so we can find the spinous process, and then slowly come out laterally until we find the transverse, and then your finger pads will sink into a dip before we hit the rib angles. We're going to push our elbows down towards the floor to apply an anterior pressure on the rib. We're going to then lean our body back to apply a lateral traction. And so you want to be careful with how much traction you apply. You want to lean back until you feel that you're engaging the ribs, but you don't want to pull back too much to the point where you feel like everything tightens up more. So you want to apply just the right amount of lateral traction to disengage the rib from the thoracic spine. You're going to hold this pressure until you feel a release. You'll feel the ribs start to move a little bit better with respiration. You may feel the tissues around your finger pads softening up. And once you feel that release, you can slowly release the ribs and then reassess the rib cage to see if there's improved excursion.